Hey, Gary, I didn't really direct that video specifically at you, and if you watched it and didn't like it, I'm sorry. And when I mentioned you in the video, I wasn't trying to fit you into any specific character in that film at all. I was just showing how the idea of rational, intelligent control of life as the sole good to replace the sort of subjective, intuitive feelings, what ends up happening is because human beings just don't have the kind of intelligence that I think you want them to have, we have to use computers instead to show us, this is more rational than this, to play out using things like game theory, not necessarily game theory, but certain models of interaction between people and individuals to show which choices are the most rational and intelligent. And what ends up happening is instead of bureaucrats and politicians running society, computer programs run society and make all of our decisions for us. Because our intelligence simply doesn't work the way that a computer's intelligence works, or the way that you seem to think it works. And I haven't watched all your videos, and I probably should to get a better understanding of where you're coming from, and I will do that. But your idea of control, of people having rational control of themselves and suppressing the reptilian structure of the brain, as you're saying, the lower brainstem and I guess the reptilian part of the brain is what's responsible for our hunger and our sexual drives, I guess, right? And then the mammalian brain is responsible for emotions, and the human cortex on top of it all is responsible for the higher order thought, symbolic thought, language, etc. But the problem is human intelligence, I think, is really a matter of language. And language is fundamentally rooted in this biological process. It's not an external code that can be processed in a strictly logical way like a computer code. Because behind every word there is a feeling, and behind every sentence there's a general sense. Understanding comes when we feel the meaning through all the layers of our brain. We shouldn't be trying to repress the reptilian cortex. That's not going to work, because you push it on this side and it pops out on this side, and it becomes your shadow, it becomes your unconscious. And so we have to integrate them all. I keep saying integrate. You can't repress half yourself and only use your rational intelligent side, because as a human being, your rational intelligent side is still connected to all of those lower layers. It's connected to the emotional mammalian brain, and it's connected to the reptilian sexual and hunger-driven brain. And you got to use all of those in an integrated way. I don't think the reptilian brain is inherently evil, or it may be in some sense more selfish than the mammalian brain, but the mammalian brain really corrects for that, and if we integrate, then I think we're okay. So I didn't mean to come off as though I was trying to slander you by suggesting that you were somehow like the game theorists that were portrayed as kind of evil in that video. I didn't mean to do that, and I'm sorry if that's how you took it. All I was saying was that intelligence as the sole good, this disembodied kind of intelligence that really only computers are capable of, if we assign that as the goal and the sole importance of our being, and the only thing that can save us from ourselves, then I think it lends itself to that kind of computerized control of the individual and of the decisions we make. So yeah, hopefully that better explains why I even mentioned you in that video. I didn't mean to slander at all, so sorry for the confusion.